If you go across the country, you find there are so many sub-county schools, and sub-county secondary schools educate majority of the children in the country, up to 65%. Those schools, most of them, lack the most basic facilities. They don't have libraries, they don't have laboratories. Many of them lack even classrooms. Children are eating under trees, they don't even have a dining hall, and you can imagine what happens on a rainy day. These children don't have teachers. Very many schools with 4 teachers that have been posted by the Teacher Service Commission. And then the rest is that parents are supposed to try and hire a few teachers through the boards of management. And you realize that these are generally the children from weak economic backgrounds. So parents don't have that much money to give to the school for the school to hire teachers on the boards of management terms. So they end up with scarcity of teachers. And even where parents have made effort and contributed money for the heads to hire these BOM teachers, they hire them for a short time. When government advertises recruitment, those teachers vacate their positions and go to join employment by the government. And the school principals have to begin all over again, looking for new BOM teachers. At that point, the curriculum implementation has been disrupted. The new teachers who come will need time to settle in. By the time they settle in 1 year, 6 months down the road, there is another advertisement by Teacher Service Commission to recruit teachers. This one's vacate. So that is one of the things that makes me feel that the way we are implementing, especially our secondary school system, is unjust. Unjust because it doesn't allow these many children who go to our small schools equal opportunity to learn as their counterparts who go to very big schools that are well established. Education system is fundamentally unjust in the way it is structured. And one of the things that has come out openly is that the very different performance that we see, especially in our Kenya secondary schools examinations, are not just based on the ability of the children. They are based on the environment under which children learn. And there is so much disparity between the different schools and in different regions that you don't expect in any reasonable way for those learners to do the same things. Most urban schools are well endowed with resources. They are also well staffed because majority of the teachers want to teach in these urban areas. They don't want to go to the rural areas where a lot of facilities are missing. Many of those teachers are also parents of young children. They don't want to go to places where their young children can't access good education. Then we have the places that the TSC refers to as hard to staff areas. Those hard to staff areas, you don't find teachers there. And if you have a few teachers there, they are teachers who are very demotivated. They are at all times trying to find their way out of those areas. And that tells you there is very little commitment in them to make positive impact where they are. It would be better if the numbers of those being affected by these challenges is declining. That would be progress. But as it is now, those numbers are increasing, which is unfortunate. We need to change the capitation model and say the small schools will receive this much development fund support that is independent of the number of learners that you have. You can have 30, you can have 300, you receive a certain basic amount of money to support your development processes, so that these schools can also get sufficient funds to be able to invest in infrastructure and invest in other teaching and learning facilities. We need a sub-county schools upgrading program that will bring these sub-county schools to a level closer to where the national schools are, so that we know that when we send all our children to schools, we are giving them a fair chance. Each one of them is getting a fair chance to learn and excel. As it is now, we are sending children to schools to grow up in some of these schools, while a few children we send to the big schools are actually learning and getting a chance to excel. That needs to change.